And so last year, the theme was to bring back love and Christianity. And I saw a major change happen. And I'm hoping and I believe that now that you have awakened to the Father, returned to the Father, that it'll just grow now. Because once you are born of the Father, you cannot be unborn, right? And so for those who have truly been born of the Father, just watch your growth. It's going to be amazing. You start from childlike in the spirit, right? In the way that a child born in the physical. And so you're going to grow. And that means that Christianity will grow. And that means that love will grow. We are to love one another. And love doesn't mean don't hate. We are to love one another. Even your enemy. Christians do not hate their enemies. Really. It's impossible to hate your enemy. And anyone who has anger has hatred. Anger is hatred. So a lot of people around the world return to the Father. And it's just amazing to see it. So last year, the theme was bring back Christianity, bring back love. And so thank you for that. Brand new theme for this year. A brand new theme for this year. For the church theme. And we can use it for the radio or whatever. But for the church theme, we have a brand new one for this year, 2022. Become your own man. Become your own man / woman. In the good old days, we didn't have to say in a statement like that, when we say become your own man, women knew it meant woman too. Become your own man. Become your own woman. And I realized that over the years that everybody is in some form of a group. A group. And they go from group to group. It all depends on how the group work their minds. They go from group to group. They don't go from a group to grow into becoming their own man or woman, their own person. They just go from group to group. And that is so abnormal. But the schools, the churches, other places have trained people to identify with a group. It's a victim group. Everybody and their mama is a victim. And that's what happens when you rely or identify with a group. You become a victim because whatever they think and say and believe, that's what you'll find yourself thinking and saying and believing. And then if you try to lead a group, you automatically become an enemy. You're not supposed to be identifying with groups. So especially men, but not only, the men, that's what are supposed to become their own man and deal with the issues of life. And believe me, as long as you walk this earth, there will be issues of life. You got to deal with the issues of life. Instead of giving in, caving in, getting mad, not doing, turning around or whatever, changing your course in life, you got to let it go and stay on the course, on that straight and narrow. And the only way you're going to do that is that you got to become an individual. You got to become a man, your own man. And you got to overcome this false illusion of the imagination. The imagination have you thinking things that are absolutely not true at all. It gives you a false image of yourself and of others. It makes you think either negatively of yourself and of others. It causes you to do crazy stuff. You have a false image. And God wants us to come into the light so that we may see. Come into the light that we might see. You'll be surprised, but pleasantly surprised, when you start to overcome this image, this fake image. It's all evil, and it's given to you by the imagination, by thoughts. Really. And in that, there are fear and worry and doubt and insecurity. You don't want to deal with anything. You want to just stop. It's crazy. So, become your own man. And the primary way to become your own man / woman is to overcome the thoughts. You got to know that all thoughts are all lies all the time. All thoughts are all lies all the time. No such, in any given situation, no such thing as a true thought. If you could see that, you could be free. And the way to become your own man, to become an individual, is that you got to not run away from issues, relax and let it go through you. See that every thought is a lie about everything, and just deal with issues, deal with challenges. All my life, I've had to do that. I don't remember as much in Alabama because I was a kid so much. I didn't have a lot going on. As a teenager, things happened. But when I came to Los Angeles, I was on my own. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And so many issues came along during those years. And I made it through with the grace of God. Didn't give up. And it was because of the way I was trained. We were taught differently in the home by the parents and grandparents that you can't cower down. You must overcome the issues by dealing with them. It makes you into a man or a woman. It causes you to become an individual. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to work with others. It doesn't mean that you won't have a fun in life, enjoy your life, but you'll have a different relationship with it. You can take it or leave it. So you got to become an individual. And it doesn't mean, fellowship together. It doesn't mean that, so don't get in your head about it. Our country became a great country because of being individuals. It's so amazing how the good old days are not dealt with, talked about, and how they are, and as though they didn't even exist. Because I don't hear a lot of older people even talking about the good old days. I don't hear that at all. Well, when I talk to older people in my family, I hear it. Or if I talk to older people that I meet out, I hear it. But it's not being taught to the children, the millennials and the Zs. All right? So, our brand new theme for the church service is become your own man. And once again, / woman. But when you say man, it means woman as well. All right? I highly recommend that you do it. I highly recommend it. And the brand new biblical question for this week, once again, is how many thoughts do you get per day? You ever thought about that? You ever paid attention to that? How many thoughts do I get per day? That's